Hi friends, my name is Sangram. Let's learn today how to incrementally copy data present in a table from one database to another database. Also, we'll understand the concept of parameterization. So let's assume that we have two databases, customer DB and demobits DB. So customer database is maintained by our customer and we only got the read-only access to this particular DB. And there is a table called as orders. And our project team is also maintaining a database called as demobits DB. And we have the same schema and then this is the orders table again. And we have another table called as watermark table. So what are we going to do? So we are going to copy data incrementally from orders table of customer DB to orders table of demobits DB. And to maintain the timestamp, we'll be managing watermark table. So how our data factory pipeline would look? So there will be two lookup activities followed by copy data activity followed by stored procedure activity. So this copy data activity has source and sink. So under source we'll have the query settings like select star from orders where insert date time greater than from date and insert date time lesser than equal to to date. So the from date and to dates will serve us to set the data set. So the from date will be extracting from lookup old watermark and the to date will be extracting from lookup new watermark. So this lookup old watermark is nothing but will extract the data from watermark table. And the new watermark will be coming from orders table of customer database. The maximum timestamp value from the customer DB for orders table will be my new watermark. So once I got a date range, I would be copying data from source and then dumping the data into my target orders table over here. And then I would be updating the watermark value in the watermark table using stored procedure activity. So that next time when my pipeline is running, the same watermark value will become my old watermark. So that I'll get a new date range. And then I'll serve the copy data activity again. So let's jump to the portal and open Data Factory. So this is the Data Factory resource. And once you click on author and monitor, you would go to the workspace where we will create our pipelines. But let's understand what is there in our database and create the objects accordingly. So here is my customer DB. So this is the SQL DB which we have. I went to query editor and opened this space. And once I'm here, I would create a orders table. You can see the schema here, create table orders and list of columns. Let me create this. The table is created and we'll try to insert some orders. Okay, we've inserted 4 records. And then when I do a select star from orders, I would be able to see the results here. And let's understand the data. So if you see the data, we have orders ID, product ID, customer ID, unit price, quantity, and then there is a column called as insert date time. So as and when orders comes in, so we'll have the latest timestamp over here. So thus insert date time serves as a watermarking column. And then using the insert date time, we would be able to transfer the data from this orders table to the orders table of demobits DB. Let's go to demobits DB and set up the same objects. So let's create the orders table and then followed by watermark table. So this watermark table will hold the watermark value for every such table. And then let's insert a record into watermark table. So because we are running our pipeline for the first time, so let's set the watermark value of orders table to 1900-0101. And then let's create a stored procedure which will later help us in updating the watermark table with a new timestamp for that particular table. So our SQL objects are created in both customer DB and demobits DB. Let's jump to the data factory workspace. Okay, so to start with, I'll be creating two link services to connect to both the databases. One is customer DB and another is demobits DB. So let me go to manage tab and then link services, click on new, then type in Azure SQL database, click on continue, ls SQL customer DB. Let's scroll down, select it from my subscription and then select the server name and then the database name, customer DB. Let me provide the username. Let me test the connection before creating. Okay, and then let's create it. So my link service to customer DB is created, and I have already a link service for the demo bits DB. So I'm good with that as well. So let me quickly test the connection for demo bits DB as well. Yeah, it is successful. Now let's go ahead and create data sets to support the entire pipeline flow. So let me go to author and then go to data set, click on new data set. So let me type in .sql again, continue, and then let me name it as SQL customer DB underscore orders. And then let me select the link service as the customer DB. So this data set will hold the orders table, orders, and click on OK. And then let me create another data set to have the watermark table. Data set assured SQL, click on continue, ps underscore SQL underscore demo bits db underscore watermark table. Let me select the link service to ls SQL demo bits db, and let's select the watermark table. Click on OK. And now let's go to the pipeline. We would incrementally solve the entire pipeline. Here, incremental copy. Let's minimize this and pull out two lookup activities as we had discussed earlier on that. And then let us set up the name. So one will be lookup old watermark value, and the next would be lookup new watermark value. Let me go back to lookup old watermark value and expand the options. Go to setting and select the watermark table. And then let us select the query option, and then this is the query. What I'm doing, select table name watermark value from dbo.watermark table, where table name equal to orders. Currently we are dealing with only orders table, so I have written this particular query. So we'll execute this in a while, and then let me set up the query options for new watermark as well. Let me expand this option and select the orders table of the source, this one, and then again let me select the query option over here. And then the query would be select max of insert date time as new watermark value from dbo.orders. So this will help us serve the to date part of the clause. Okay. Now let me do a quick debug. The pipelines have succeeded, and let's see the outcome. So the old watermark, which is coming from the watermark table, has a value of 1900-0101. Let me go to the output section and see the same result. So we have the table name information as well as the watermark value. And then the lookup of new watermark will give me a value of 2020-1204, which is nothing but the latest timestamp of this orders table, which we see here. Let me minimize this and pull out a copy data activity. I'll name this as copy data, and then would connect the copy data activity to these two lookups. Now let me select the source option of this copy data activity, and I already have a data set which is pointing to the orders table, and then select the query option. So let's understand this query option. So we'll select the dynamic content over here, and then let me write down the query. So just observe here, I have put select all the columns from orders where insert date time greater than, then I'll put a single quote as you would do in a general SQL statement, and then I am going to extract the from date content from the old watermark value. So let me select the old watermark here, and then I'll place the @ just beside this activity, followed by curly braces and the closing braces, and then dot watermark value. Okay, so we have set the first component, first clause of this statement. So how did I extract first row dot watermark value? Just remember, this is coming from the lookup old watermark value. I have chosen first row dot watermark value. Let me click on finish and show you how I fetch those commands. If you see the output section of old watermark, so this is the output dot first row dot watermark value. This is how I am fetching the value of this watermark property as 1900 And similarly, I am going to fetch the output of the new watermark and set the to date part, which is 2020-12-04 using new watermark value. Let me copy this and go back to copy data activity. Again, click on add dynamic content and let's say insert date time less than equals single quote, and then again scroll down and select the new watermark, place a at the rate, opening curly braces, close it, and at the same time I will put first row dot new watermark value. Click on finish. So we have formulated the source part of this copy data activity, and we have not yet created a data set to support the sync, right? Let's go ahead and create one. New data set, SQL database, Azure SQL, continue. And then I would name this as ds equal demo bits db underscore orders. And then I would select the corresponding link service, which is this, and then the table name, orders. Okay. And then let's go back to the pipeline and set up the sync option, which is nothing but demo bits underscore orders. And then you can do a mapping, import schema. So you can provide some dummy dates over here. Just import the schema. So the mapping is done appropriately. We can see that here. And then once the copy is successful, we want to set up the timestamp. So let me pull out a stored procedure activity. Let's connect this. And let me name this as set watermark. Let's go to the setting. I have to just choose the link service. This stored procedure is present in demo bits db. So I would select this link service. And then I can fetch it here. SP set watermark. And this SP set watermark has two parameters. So I can import those parameters using this option. Okay, so you can see the new time has appeared here and the table name. So I know that the new time over here is nothing but the output of lookup new watermark value, and table name I can extract from old watermark value. So let me go to this new time, add dynamic content, scroll to the extreme bottom, click on this dot first row dot new watermark value, click on finish. Similarly, let's go to the table name property and then scroll down. So I know that the table name property is present in the output of old watermark. So let's select old watermark dot first row dot table name. Click on finish. Okay, so we have built the entire pipeline. Let me click on publish all to save all these changes. So you can see this notification icon and let the publishing get finished. Okay, so let's do a debug. So the debug has started and you can see the properties over here, the output properties. Old watermark and new watermark has succeeded, copy has also succeeded, and set watermark is also succeeded. So let's understand the data now again. So what is present in the output of new watermark? That is 2020-12-04, which is nothing but the max timestamp of the orders table in our customer database. Let's go back. And then the old watermark is coming from watermark table of demo bits db, which was currently set to 1900. And then the copy data activity, we can see that 4 records were read and 4 records were written in the target database. And then the set watermark, it is taking the input as 2020-1204 and the table name as orders. Okay. Let's go to demo bits DB and see if we have got some orders or not. So let me type in select star from orders and let's see for the results. So I'm able to see all the 4 records which were there in the source. Let's observe the watermark table as well. So earlier it was 1900, now it would be 2020-1204, which is correct. So now when I execute the pipeline again, it should start from 2020-1204. So earlier when the watermark value was 1900, the pipeline was taking from date as 1900. Now if I run my pipeline again, it would take 2020-1204. Now let us insert one more record in the source orders table with the date of 2020-1205. So if you see, the earlier date was 2012-1204, now it is 2020-1205. Now let's go back to Data Factory and rerun our pipeline. And we can see the first 2 activities are in progress. Copy data also succeeded. Okay, we see that our pipeline is successfully completed. Now let's go to demo bits DB to understand the flow. So if I click on this run, I should see 5 records in total. Yes, I'm able to see 5 records. And if I execute this query, I see that the watermark value is updated to 2020-12.5, which is the desired one. And let's observe one behavior here. Under copy data activity, I see that one row was read and one row was written, where we inserted only one record in customer DB rate. That's why we were able to successfully push only one record to the target database. And that proves that the incremental pipeline works. Now let us understand how to parameterize the same pipeline. Now let's go to the parameter section and create 2 parameters. One is the table name and then watermark column. And let me put the default value here as orders and insert date time. And I know that I have used orders table and the insert date time as the column in my existing pipeline. So wherever we are making use of orders, I would replace that with the pipeline parameter called as table name. And wherever I'm using the value insert date time, I would replace that to in watermark column. So let me see the lookup. And then I see that I have used orders table here, right? Which is a hard-coded value. So let me remove this. And then click copy the entire content, add dynamic content, copy paste. And in single quote, I would click on table name. So this is nothing but the orders table. Click on OK. Finish. And similarly, let me check the new watermark. And I see I have to replace insert date time with its corresponding parameter and the orders table with its own parameter. So let me remove this as well as this. And then copy the query and add dynamic content, paste the same thing. And scroll down and click on watermark column. So place the @ beside pipeline followed by curly braces opening and closing curly braces. And then similar thing we'll do for orders table as well. Curly braces, closing braces, and click on finish. So we have formulated the lookup for both old watermark and new watermark with respect to the pipeline parameters. Let's do the same for copy data activity as well. So we see that there are a list of columns, right? So in future, if I'm using it for a different table, the column ordering and the column name would not be same. So I would put the star here and assume that the entire column content is copied from source to target. And then I would first replace this. That is my table name @ and then I would replace this as well. where insert date time greater than this value and insert date time less than equal to the new watermark. So this looks good to me. Click on finish. And then if you observe in the sync section, this dataset is hard coded to have only order stable. If I open this dataset, I see that I have selected order stable, which is again hard coded. So let me parameterize this dataset as well. Click on new. In this dataset parameter as table name, go back to connection and click on edit to parameterize this. Dynamic content, scroll down and use the same dataset parameter which I created just now. And then go back to the pipeline. And now you see, because I'm using a dataset which has its own parameter, I have to supply a value here. Click on add dynamic content and we know that our pipeline has a parameter called as table name. I would use the same. Click on finish. And my stored procedure is already parameterized, which is taking data from the old watermark and the new watermark, which is fine now. Let me click on publish all. So parallelly, I can do a debug to see if it is successful or not. So we have supplied the value of orders and insert date time. Click on OK. So this is just to prove that we can parameterize the incremental flow. So the pipeline is in progress. And it got succeeded. Now let me do one thing, because we did not put any more records in customer DB. So I would expect 0 records to be read and 0 records are written. So let me put one more record. Name the order ID as 6 and make the date as 2020-12-06. Now let me rerun the pipeline. And we can see that the entire pipeline has succeeded. And if I observe the copy data activity, one row is read and one row is written. Now let's again see the demo bits DB content here. So if I see order stable content, we should have 6 records, which is the case. And if I observe the watermark table, it is 2020-12-06. So we were able to run the same pipeline, but with parameterized options now. So I hope you like the video. Please like and subscribe, and happy learning.